Hey, what's poppin' Real 16 TV? It's Cuz OP here, back with another reaction. This time I'm reacting to doknow response to backlash he got for saying fuck hip hop. Yeah, that was a smart thing to say, knowing that you do musical podcasts and musical things and 106
It is, doknow.
or wherever the
How
radio
do you
station
feel
is. Hot 92. I don't know.
The recent backlash of your statements of last week's episode.
I really gotta do more due diligence on research and
you
doknow.
first. Okay, yeah, am I being totally honest? Yes. Like 100%? Be honest. Be honest. Some people are
Watch
slow.
your
words, though, because you're my little bro.
Some people are slow.
Okay.
And I just feel like people don't be like, understand. And shout out Smack Heather and them and T-Row. T-Row was like, I was knowing the homie. And I seen a lot of people were like, AD and T-Row set him up. I'm like, fool, no, I have a mouth of my own and we just be talking shit. And sometimes AD say some wild shit. And then some T-Row has said a lot of wild shit. Yeah. Okay. Everybody says wild shit. Adam said some wild shit. Smack said some wild shit. Everybody
Okay.
said some wild shit before.
It happens.
And it's just like when we're here, we let each other express each other and like we don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And you know, you've gotten this too where people always blame No Jumper, like, oh, you let him say. And I'm huge. I hate when people try to like tell me what to do. That's just me. But sometimes you just gotta like listen in the position I am where I work now, and they didn't tell me what to do at all. Cause I told them I do what the fuck I want.
Hold on.
They were big on that.
I was confused at first. So is he just straight up apologizing for this, or is he describing his end? Because it seems like he's just being like, hey, look, it was a wild thing. I shouldn't have said blah, blah, blah. I don't think it was wise for you to say, knowing that your career has to do with being on a music or rap podcast per se. But at the same time, like he said, he his own man. He can make his own decisions, and he made that decision for himself. Just, I don't see why he apologized. I figured he was going to
There were people that took out a concept
shit.
And I was like, fuck hip hop. Especially your friend.
Yeah, but hip hop is crazy. Like, I'm just like, hip hop wasn't just, alright, hip hop is a culture that's basically is black, but there are exceptions to the rule. Hispanic people, especially in California, they contribute to the hip hop. So it's just weird for you to say that. I don't know. I just think that's weird.
Boy,
Asian people there contribute to the hip hop.
Yeah, man.
Like,
I don't know what you want
all
to say,
races in a lot of countries,
Smack,
a lot of states
like I said,
participate in the rap in whatever city they're from.
Play all the time.
All day. It just sounded serious.
It just sounded serious to the people that don't know you, but I know for sure.
It was just the timing of the interview.
Yeah.
And literally 2 days later,
I
it
see
was
you,
like,
Josh.
I'm just
Yeah.
Like when you were saying it last week, in my head, I'm like, doknow, shut the fuck up. doknow, shut the fuck up. doknow, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of heat for that shit.
I didn't think that it was going, it was going to blow over like that. And I
didn't think they was gonna go that hard on you, but
nigga, he fucks with hip hop. It is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Rappers was mad, huh? Yeah, I seen Reason.
Well, you gotta listen. I'm rocking with you, right or wrong.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'm with doknow.
I fuck with the socks hat with the pink bill.
I'm with doknow all the way.
The essential shirt, tough. The sweatpants, I'm fucking with them, but I wish I could see them because it just look like paint splatter.
You have to have a responsibility when there's people that are like really, really. You got to think about people who put their life, heart, and soul.
Yeah, their livelihood.
They're just into the music,
into hip hop or into the culture in general, and then you go, yeah, fuck hip hop. I'm like, nigga, you got a spot you don't want. That would hurt a lot of people. So I know that's not true, but you gotta remember that when you saying all this crazy shit, it sound like you got a spot you don't even care to have because it's fucking hip hop.
And just want a little inch of some type of,
or you know what I'm saying, you might be trying to push your agenda and get more of you guys' other styles of music in the main industry, which is cool.
And as an artist,
see, I think that's fair. If he's trying to do some, like, you know how we already got blues in there, if funk was in there, I think people still try to recreate these things, rap, you know what I'm saying, different. Everybody can get into pop. I think pop's just popular, so anybody that makes a catchy enough song, you in the pop department. But they don't really have one for corridos. I believe that's what it's called, corridos. If I'm wrong, somebody put it in the comments. But they don't got one for that. So if he's pushing some, like, we're gonna push more of our music in the mainstream, fair enough, because there's enough Latinos in America. Plus, it's like we're attached to fucking Mexico, so like it's like North America is Latino, black, and white, so it's fair to me. I think every race that comes to ethnicity, nationality, all that shit, if it's an American, they should be allowed, depending on circumstances, should be allowed to participate in whatever they want to. I don't think you should be in the hood your whole life and try to go do country music. I don't think that's fair.
It's a reason why you're on the radio now. It's a reason why people still, you know what I'm saying, protesting and doing shit like that. And you know, when you get a responsibility, and I know you 22, you're stupid as fuck sometimes, but when you have these type of opportunities, these are not small opportunities.
Facts.
These are life-changing opportunities that's going to be, you know, on your resume forever. So what you do for the people of Los Angeles and just wherever you do and wherever you go, you got to hold it down the right way. And it's not how we personally feel because, for instance, right now, Adam did this fucking interview with this Richard Spencer nigga. You feel me? I didn't think too much into
the neo-Nazi
it. And
guy.
I got some phone calls about Richard Spencer.
What did he do?
Richard Spencer is, I'm just going to say it. He's a fucking, what I'll say, a racist, a white supremacist. I don't know too much into this nigga.
Josh, can you break it down
Can you break it down who this nigga is?
I think what he's going with now is reform neo-Nazi.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
He said reform
like he used to be a Nazi, but now he turned it down. He don't do it no more.
Like they said, he led the fucking the hate movement in where was it at?
In Memphis.
Memphis is.
Wait. He said that he's a changed man now.
Like that's like saying,
he reformed.
I reform. I don't do it no more.
And see, we gonna break this shit down because I want to get the facts right. I ain't saying that nobody.
Well, let's put it like this. Most people that reform still have the marking, still have the blah. They can renounce. Now, that's different. You renounce, and I think he's saying that he stopped doing it. If he stopped doing it and he renounced what he was doing, probably a good interview. But if he just, like, rebranded what he's doing, still going to be a good interview, but it's still like, what the fuck? I don't give a fuck what nobody's talking about. Interviews are good. I wish somebody could interview Hitler. Not because I like him. It's just like interviews are just like a good way to understand somebody's mentality. Great White Underbelly is a great example of interviewing people that are crazy. Not crazy, because a lot of them aren't crazy. But you know what I mean? Interviewing people that have unfortunate circumstances, undesirables, different stuff like that. He interviews and shows a mentality. It's not that you're trying to see their next music. I think interviews kind of show the essence of a human being.
Hey, but for my peoples...
No, but look, to the hip hop shit.
The only way we can see your soul is to let you passionately speak.
And they were commenting crazy, and I know that at the moment that was kind of the thing to do. But to all like the real ones that I've tapped in with, like the RJs and like the Blast and stuff, which I've shown. Oh, already right now, Josh. I've shown like hella love to and like have supported them, whether it's just because I am a man of a lot of followers. If I do post on my story, it comes with a lot. People tap in. And I'm not saying that carries everything, but what I'm saying is like when I show love and I fuck with your music, I'ma show love. Right before that, like earlier, like a couple days before, I really paid attention to Correct's music, which he told me he knew AD. Shout out him. I met him like at a day party, and I've been fucking with his shit a lot lately. Like I've been listening to his shit. I know I Jason Cash shit. What I say, AD, I'm gonna listen to the shit.
Listen to it. You gonna give it the right. You know what I mean?
And we'll get to that, but like, yeah, and that I get. That's where I gotta understand where a lot of people. It's kind of like how I feel when people try to cancel comedy. Like I love comedy, I love that shit.
For real, it'd be like if you know what I'm saying, Dave Chappelle or Joe Rogan's a better example because he does comedy, but he does everything else. If while he was doing everything else, he was like, fuck comedy. We'd be looking like, bro, what the fuck? How you gonna change like the background of what's going on here with your comments? Like that's crazy, that motherfucker. But we all didn't mean it like that, so it don't even matter. But
people's like,
that's why I'm like, he's over explaining this shit. I don't even think he should have to apologize for this stupid shit because it's like obviously he be playing. He was hired because he was comedic.
One thing though, I don't play music on the radio. This is not my job. Like I don't get a DJ. I get it. You know what I mean? So certain shit like that. But I feel like when you and I think when you try to make it a race thing, black and brown, that's where. See,
I didn't even know that his job had nothing to do with playing music, which that's a that's a key point to why you motherfuckers probably leave him alone. Because it's not like his job necessarily has him playing music. He probably shouldn't be interviewing rappers and stuff when they come, because he's saying he's only interviewing people that he's a fan of, which would make it so he knows a lot about them. So I don't know, that might be still a good interview, but I just mean like maybe he should be interviewing like comedians and shit for the channel, if he even cares to interview with people on the channel. Or like, you know what I'm saying, he kind of making his own version of a No Jumper over there with the brown bag special. You know, his is the I think his is the closest format to being something similar to a No Jumper style thing. I think AD and them with the community and all that, that's more of like a stream style thing. His gaming's cool too, you know. I'm not even trying to hype him up. I was just like,
I'm like, dog, do you know who I sit with every week and talk to and have a group chat with? And my mom loves them to death, and we have conversations. And AD has put money in my pocket, has been able to where I'm able to feed myself, have my own office and stuff like that. And me and Terrell have done plays together, and we have a food show. Like, when you try to make it seem like it was trying to raise something, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, my homie will never let me get out of pocket right next to them when they went, and you try to make it racial. That's the one thing. Though what AD said,
it wasn't racial to me.
And I had the same conversation with Letty. Huge hip hop head, loves hip hop, and you know a lot of.
I don't think it was. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it was like a whole like, oh, fuck people that play the shit or nothing like that. He just mean like, if I'm rolling around listening to a bunch of music, it really is not rap. Because that's not what kicked my vibe up or whatever. And to say like, oh, it's against black people or whatever, look, here's my whole thing with that shit too, because it's like I know we heard Maate. I done got the Maates a couple times, but I done got it from some people I consider my friends too, on some joking shit. I understand the difference between a joke. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you're the only black guy I like. I'm from an area where you can hear that from a white dude, so it's like. There's stuff that have racial connotations. Saying fuck hip hop, it doesn't have a, like, I can say fuck country music. It doesn't mean I don't like white people. It's just I don't feel like listening to that shit.
Peers were angry as well because that's their livelihood, whether it's being a journalist, a podcast, when it comes to breaking down bars, lyrics, and stuff like that. And I did see somebody like a Reason from TD where they are huge on hip hop and love the culture and shit like that. And I feel that, but I think just trying to make out of context where it's like a race thing or me just fucking shitting on the culture. Like, no, dumbasses, I'm obviously from LA and I obviously listen to hip hop.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like how Smack said, Smack was with me in the whip. He's kicking out the club. We singing, we going viral.
You banging hip hop.
You know what I mean? And it just, but it does happen.
It's occasional.
I do listen to La Corrido more. You know what I mean?
It's not even occasional. It's situational.
That's what I've been bumping lately.
Party,
but lately I've been on mine. This year is 50.
I listen to rap all day though. I ain't gonna lie.
For the record, when I got in the car, he was already listening to that. That was on the playlist when I got in the car.
Facts.
Yeah, like he didn't even just turn it on because Smack was there. But that was another video for y'all. I appreciate y'all watching. Go ahead, continue to like, subscribe, and share. Continue to fuck with me. Holler at me. Peace.